Breaking WNBA news today, as the Indiana Fever announced that Kristy Wallace will sit out the entire 2025 season, creating both cap space and an open roster spot for the team. This development has immediately sparked speculation among Fever fans, with many urging the front office to pursue veteran star Aerial Powers, who's currently an unrestricted free agent after playing with the Atlanta Dream last season. The timing couldn't be more interesting for Indiana. Wallace's decision has freed up approximately $80,000 in cap space, giving general manager Amber Cox flexibility to strengthen the roster around franchise centerpiece Caitlin Clark. Powers would bring championship experience to Indiana, having been a key contributor to the Washington Mystics' 2019 WNBA title. Last season with Atlanta, she averaged 8.6 points while shooting nearly 39% from three-point range. What makes Powers particularly appealing is her versatility. She's a proven two-way player who can score from all three levels and defend multiple positions. Exactly the type of veteran presence the Fever could use alongside their young stars. Her best statistical season came in 2020 with Washington, where she put up over 16 points per game while contributing across the board. The question now, will the Fever pursue Powers, or does Amber Cox have another move in mind? With the season approaching, this roster decision could significantly impact Indiana's playoff hopes in 2025. What do you think? Would Aerial Powers be a good fit alongside Caitlin Clark? Coming up next, we'll look at how the Fever's offseason moves address their biggest weakness from last season. Since Tamika Catchings retired in 2016, the Fever spent 7 straight seasons watching the playoffs from home, in a league where 8 of 12 teams make the postseason. That changed in 2024, with Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell leading Indiana to the playoffs as the 6th seed. But there was a problem. The Fever's entire roster had just 19 games of playoff experience combined. Their first-round opponent, the Connecticut Sun, had over 222 games. The result? A swift playoff exit, swept by the more experienced Sun team. As Fever legend Tamika Catchings put it, most people that win have been around other people that have won. You're adding players to the roster that have that winning mentality, that can infuse the team with more accountability. That experience gap was something the front office knew they needed to address heading into 2025. So how did the Fever solve their experience problem? By adding not just playoff veterans, but championship winners. No one brings more playoff experience than DeWanna Bonner. Her 87 postseason games lead the entire WNBA. Fever president Kelly Krauskopf and GM Amber Cox didn't hesitate to sign the 37-year-old veteran. Bonner is a 15-year WNBA veteran with 2 championships from her decade with the Phoenix Mercury. She then spent 5 seasons with the Connecticut Sun, leading them to at least the semifinals every year. No, but the championship experience doesn't stop there. Indiana also added Natasha Howard, 11-year veteran, 3-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson, 2-time champion with the Las Vegas Aces, Breanna Turner, experienced playoff contributor. Here's what Caitlin Clark had to say about these additions. Adding pieces of players that have been in this league, they know what it takes to win, they know what it takes to get into the finals, they know what it takes to win championships. I think is exactly what we needed in our locker room. While Clark dominated headlines in her rookie season, averaging 19.2 points and breaking the WNBA single-season assist record with 8.4 per game, these veteran additions know exactly how to play alongside superstar talent. Bonner and Turner played with Diana Taurasi in Phoenix. Howard played with Sue Bird and Breanna Stewart in Seattle. Colson played alongside 3-time MVP A'ja Wilson. In Las Vegas, Howard was crucial in all 3 of her championship runs, starting for Seattle in 2018 and 2020. And while Colson wasn't a major rotation player in Vegas, she fully embraced the championship mentalities during the Aces' back-to-back titles. We have the people to actually win a championship. I'm happy to bring the leadership and show what it takes. I have 3... It's just bringing that championship mentality to this locker room, to this team, and guiding this team. So what does this all mean for the 2025 Fever? With Clark, Boston, and Mitchell forming a talented young core, and now surrounded by players who know what it takes to win championships, Indiana has transformed from playoff newcomers to legitimate contenders. These veterans might not have starring roles on the court, but their impact in developing a winning culture could be the final piece Indiana needs to compete for a title. The pieces are in place. The experience is there. Will this be the year Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever bring home a championship? What do you think of Indiana's offseason moves? Are they championship contenders? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit subscribe for more WNBA coverage, and tap the notification bell to stay updated throughout the season.